Here's 6 boxes. Nobody's got a mark on the board right now, so we're even. It's a true 21 pin advantage for Team Riverwalk Lanes. Mark Ricci has the 4 pin, and again, my name is Greg Gouillart, and I apologize for the interruption to the broadcast, but we look forward to bringing you the rest here. I think I found the culprit that was causing my stream to crash repeatedly. Ricci can't come away with the mark. Zuffelato on it, gets the 10 to match that of Mark Ricci's. I'll basically reiterate all the information I had at the top of the broadcast. I'll also let you know that these bowlers, Mark Ricci has 1 mark and a 4 fill on it. Zuffelato has 2 fills, 5 and 2. That's keeping them above par at the moment. Ricci, good hit, 4 pin. Might have got hit. Sure didn't wobble though. Close to the 7. Zuffelato just denied. Ricci collects. Gets the single this time. Mentioning how difficult it is to get it after you miss it the first time. Sure looks like a tiny toothpick at that point. Freshie does well to get back-to-back 10s. He's only lost 2 pins in that one frame and 10 or better the rest of the way. Yes! So standings right now, you're watching the 6 and 7 ranked teams at the moment. Team Riverwalk Lanes just 1 match point ahead of Metro Bowl. Metro tied with Central Park Lane's Team 2. And Team Sunnyside currently just outside the playoff picture, but only 3 match points back in turn. Only 4 between that entire field. So they really want to do well because this will have major implications for the playoff picture. Top 8 out of 12 will advance. McGinty, explosive ball. Just shy of the head pin. Riopelle was trying to get on the inside of the 1 pin and bounce the ball into the 4 to collect it that way. Now we'll have to pick up pins against the McGinty 10. Again, doing well to get 9. Riopelle can afford 9s. He's had 2 powerful strikes. Outpost from McGinty. Rio, 7 pin. And a chance for his first spare to accompany 2 strikes if it works out. McGinty again getting sticks on ball 2. Balls 2 and 3 are working for him. Just to the right for Rio. Mark Ricci has that mark on the board. Only one working at the moment. Riopelle scores 10. Jeff Buggea and Al Kecyk. Buggea has 1 spare and a 6 count in the second box. Kecyk 2 spares. Second box where he threw that beautiful strike ball, and the 4th box as well. He's got triangle 2. No, he doesn't. 4 pin drops as well. And that little extra leaves him with a 2-pinner to shoot at. They're starting to try up here. Try as they might.
Keep working in there.
Bugea's got extra pins to mix. He ends up with a 9-10, where the wood is out slightly to the side. Kecyk will not collect. And Buggea find a way. The wood on the left is angled away from the 9-10. Plays the left side of the wood and spins it in perfectly. And Buggea has his second mark. Kecyk collects 10. "21 pins and 2 marks for Team Riverwalk, the advantage." Kecyk has a diamond, but it would laid itself somewhat in the middle. I'm not sure how the 5 pin is going to go out of all this because the wood is obnoxiously vertical. Boy, that's a difficult one for Buggea to swallow here. He's got a 4 count and left pretty much the back 2 rows. Not quite the boost Riverwalk was hoping for, but he's got vertical piece of wood and he could potentially sweep it with a very good shot. Right side of the wood, 6-10, right to left, see you later. A good shot. Kecyk has had nothing lower than 9 this whole string. Jeff Walsh and Billy Bloom. Walsh has 2 spares, 15 bonus pins. Bloom's still looking for his first. Oh boy. And just when he needed it most, he's got a spread eagle. When he needed a mark most, no one needs an eagle. Walsh ends up with a better leave out of it as a result. Bloom twice accurate now, but needs pins. Big question is Bloom, can he recover from this? Yes, he got the pins perfectly. And 9 is very fine out of that. Picking up 2 in the process. Pinning right now is 3 apart. Metro has clawed back 3 pins on the 3rd ball. 10 marks to 5 in Riverwalk's favor. That's, of course, the major contributor to the advantage right now. Not to mention the 2 marks that Ricci and Buggea have up at the moment. Bloom. 4 horsemen left, and a chance. First time we've seen that leave.
All right, here you go, bud. Right at it now.
Freshie and I got to talking how wood doesn't always roll as much as it used to. That's a great shot for Bloom, and he's got his first mark. Walsh collects the match, and he's got his 3rd. Now Brian Fowler Jr. and Steve Lach. Fowler has 1 strike, Lach has 1 spare. Lach deals in, brilliant ball. Will that plank sit in front of the 10? Will it sit at all? Just the end cap. Let's keep the wood. Let's keep it on the lane. He's on target. Lach collects. His last spare fill was 9. It'll be interesting to see. What a shot, Fowler, to match. Lach is going to collect a bucket load. That's washing out 8. How's that for Fuller? Same 8 on the head pin. So Lach with 18 and 19 boxes. 6-10 into the channel, I'm afraid. Walsh tried the 6-10. What stymied him in front? And the ball deflects away. Ten to 10, they collected on the third ball. Take a look-see. You can see here how we stand 3 marks to 1 Riverwalk lane, so a decided advantage going into the last 2 boxes. But it's the size of the advantage that will determine everything. Remember, these teams separated by only 1 match point. Ricci and Nick Zuffelato.
You just wait. He throws a pitch and runs as fast as he can the second half. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You're backing up and hitting the cross. How they get? I hit one right by his fucking ear while I looked at him. Hey, you can blame me on left field.
Mark Ricci's overall average, not just road average, is 114.4.
I will win.
That's in the Friday Night Pro League. 6, 7, and 9. We are here at Metro Bowl Peabody. The stream issues were all my fault, just for the record, folks. Triangle 2 for Zuffelato. That's Ricci's count on the second spare. Has to wait for the wood to sit down, and it's a big question where exactly it will on the 6, 7, 9. Probably offers a better chance than if it was just the naked pins.
Oh my God.
Let's see where Ricci plays this one. High on the wood, it spins into the 9. Zuffelato scolds himself as he lets that go. Got it a little too far out, and the release point costs him the mark. Ricci doing well to get 9. And those pins just not to be for Zuffelato. Nick Freshy Zuffelato, 93 through 9. 2 marks for each of them. Good pinning overall. It's really the marks that are the killer right now. Zuffelato with fills of 5 and 2. Ricci with 4 and 7. But then followed up with good pinning. So just about everything else about their bowling is going. And although we've hit a bit of a rough patch across the board, you never know. Ricci took out 3 pins, and the 5 pins laid itself in the middle of triangle 6. Goes on the outside of it. 7 wiggles. No. Bah, forget it. Now then, waved off by Freshy. You saw the gesture there. It will be maximum 8. Just dropped into the channel, only just. Ricci concludes 107. So in 8 box, Zuffelato has 101. Great pinning by both of them. It's great pinning across the board. Usually I say losing about a pin a frame is good pinning, and in 30 non-mark boxes, Riverwalk Lanes has only lost 21 pins. And 35 markless frames for Metro, only 21 pins left standing. So though it's the same 21 pins for each side. Riopelle you see on the right here, Mike McGinty on the left, extra pin strip. And McGinty, who's been pinning very well with 6-10 boxes, has his best look. Riopelle Boy, thought he hit the head pin better than that. McGinty got it. Just the jolt he needed, and that was a jolt. Every time you slam that wood frozen to the pin, it makes that pop you probably heard. 8 for Rio.
Another one, baby, all right. Go Red Sox. Right, yeah, man, yeah.
Might have hurt the reaction the Bruins game is on as well, and Boston Bruins just scored a goal. Brandon Carlo, it looks like, put the Bruins up 3-2 over the Panthers. That's got everyone in a good mood. Riopelle on lane 22. 8 drop. McGinty, bonus ball. Lost it right, but they mix. It's 4. It's that first ball. If McGinty gets the first ball working, he's going to have a fantastic second and third. I can just feel it. Rio doesn't pick up the 6-10. McGinty, good second ball. That's what I mean. Everything else is working perfectly for him. 10. Riopelle concludes on 110. And McGinty 9. 1 mark 100. Jeff Buggea on a mark, Al Kecyk with 2 previous. Al Kecyk has an overall average of 116.1. That's Metro and on the road. Buggea, 107.8. 6'9". Kecyk, oh boy. So Buggea's got it with his best spare fill so far. This is working against the grain for him. Actually, no, it's not. It's a backup ball. I beg your pardon. And Buggea scores it perfectly, and he's got 3 marks in a row. And a chance to bust into 120s. Kecyk, 2 good balls out of 3 ain't bad, 95. Spare 6 and spare 5. Forgot to mention earlier, McGinty had an overall average, 119.4 home and away. Josh Riopelle, 113.4. Oh, through the middle, Buggea.
Carlo with a million-man screen.
So a killer fill for Buggea, who hit the head pin perfectly on an eagle. On the spare, rather. Pins can roll here. I wouldn't call a spread eagle impossible in this house. Nothing truly is in this game. 7-10 for Kecyk, but...
Or if he covered it with his hand. He can't cover it with his hand. That would be a penalty. To delay a game.
Kecyk collaborated before he'd let that shot go. Just missed the wood. He was hoping to send it right to left, maybe off the cap, into the 7.
They called it no goal.
Extra pin for Kecyk, 105. And Buggea, 119. What? 517-475 is the team Riverwalk Lanes. Heavily favored here. Walsh and Bloom with the mark apiece. Walsh, ooh, sabered through the rack. It's 3. Bloom a chance. Got the head pin, and this will collect pins. 10 pin would be huge if it drops as well, as Wood goes over to persuade it, but it will not drop.
All right. Get the 4 now.
Corner's full again. That wood just dies in the corner. Bloom does not pick it up. Good sticks for Walsh, a safe third ball, going a little left. Good angle and power to collect 9. Extra pin Bloom. I've said that a few times. Metro will just 1 pin extra on the third ball. Pins are lively here, so it's probably going to be marks creating the difference. And they are so far, 13 marks to 8 for Riverwalk. Therein lies the advantage. 3-1 split. Billy's got a 3-2 split, and Jeff 3-1. Lots of wood in front of this shot for Walsh. Wood in front of the 4 is sort of angled towards the 10, but is it towards the 7? Boy, it deflected everything away. And rolling wood's not going to take it either. Bloom's 3-2 cuts pretty when it goes. And it's at least the second time Bloom's been twice accurate and still fighting for pins nonetheless. 9 for Walsh concludes a 111. And Bloom bowled a lot better than that 100, I would think. Just couldn't find many breaks on the head pin. And now Fuller and Lach. Brian Fuller Jr., he's got that 3-1. We just saw that. This time less wood in the picture. Steve Lach, 2-4-7. No, check that the 2 goes. These pins roll. I gotta learn to think before I speak. Or 7-8-10. Walsh tries to get it out there, trying to send the wood. And the wood just plops in the channel. Otherwise, it could have rolled off. Lach gets it off the wall. So a 10, so it's a mathematical clincher. Team Riverwalk Lanes has won the first string. Well, not mathematical, technically. That's going to do it. Fuller literally needed to throw 1 ball to clinch it there. Lach wants to cut the size of this advantage, though, and he darn near struck on that spare. 8 count ain't bad at all. Boy, maybe high on the wood, I suppose, but disappointing nonetheless. Lach back to back, clutching 9 and 10. He's cooking up a string suddenly with 4 marks. Fuller 9. And though Riverwalk Lanes will win these first 2 match points, total pinfall, critical. Lach could bring this within 20 or so, and that's definitely gettable. In this team format, head pin hit, and the fill is high at 7. 129 to conclude for Steve Lach. All I have to do is take a peek. Scores are confirmed, 557, 535 for string number 1. Here you see them, 22-pin margin. We go straight back to Ricci and Zuffelato for the top of the order. Top string, Jeff Buggea for Riverwalk, 119. Steve Lach, 129. A lot of 110s for Riverwalk, which really helped out here. Boy, Zuffelato nearly got that one.
Just missed, bud.
I've seen Zuffelato in a lot of the Pro Series.
1-2 here.
Late stages of Pro Series knockout and elimination events. Always a force to be reckoned with on the lanes. Both these bowlers the captain of their respective squads. String second of 3, I just need to correct that. Good count for Freshie. 6 will drop as well. It's that darn 10 pin that seems to be glued down all of a sudden. And again, we've got a triangle in a corner. Caps are diagonally to the right. It's gonna come off the wall and go. They were angled back left to front right for Zuffelato, and he found a way. Although sidewall was not the idea. Hey, spun it! Ricci shows us how. Left cap, spin to win. And Ricci, the proud owner of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Massachusetts, will try and impart that momentum to Josh Riopelle next in line. Mike McGinty, too, is right. There's that head pin hit. I told you, McGinty. What a brilliant start. What a moment for a ball like that. Once McGinty gets that first ball working, he's dangerous. Split for Rio. Got it out there. 3, 4, 6, 7 stares back. Pinning was dead level in the first string. Ah, that's how you do it. Out for 10 on a great third ball by Josh Riopelle. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but critical pins. For the team we saw with the Leda Lane sponsored team, Josh Riopelle was, when we covered the Worlds semifinals. That was from Academy Lanes. Oops. McGinty filling a strike. Score took off of me. 2, 4, 6. Josh Riopelle. McGinty picks up 8 on the strike. But you saw the reaction to that miss. Riopelle 2 splits, nothing doing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My bad.
So sorry.
Nines apiece. Jeff Buggea and Al Kecyk. Buggea had a 119 in the last string, 4 spares, 22 bonus pins. Including that awful spread eagle at the end that cost him a 120. He definitely bowled well enough to attain it. Essex splits.
Because you're not going to hit a mark. So you're not going to cut.
The nickel and dime. Kecyk gets it to go, spun the wood in. His third mark on the day. Not bad for Buggea, he's got extra pins, but getting the 1-5-10 to turn into good frame is going to be challenging. And it's 7, I'm afraid. Crumbs, we've only seen a couple other 7s, I think. High caliber bowling across the board. Nothing lower, before you ask. Kecyk wants to load up this, and he does well. Bad news, good news on that 2-pin dropping. It does add an extra, and you'll have 16 in the first. And it's got a trickier leave. Good break for Buggea away from the head pin, and he'll be shooting at the 1-9 with a plank in front of the 9. Kecyk spun the wood, did well. Kecyk taking this third ball very seriously. He wants to make sure how aggressive he wants to be on the third ball. He'll take the slightly more aggressive route on the right side. Gets burned, unfortunately. Thought the ball would at least ramp off that pin into the 10, but not to be. Buggea gets 10. And he'll have that to think about because he just did get a 2-pin pickup out of that. Jeff Walsh and Billy Bloom. Walsh is an overall average this year, home and away of 114.4. Billy Bloom overall average 110.4. It's going to turn around. So the 9 and 5 drop, and Bloom's left with the Horseman as a result. Piece of wood sticking inside. Hello and goodbye for Walsh. First strike for him on the day. Headpin should drive it right back. As long as you don't hit the cap. Bloom played it well. Headpin pile drives the wood back to match the mark.
Why are you kicking it on my shoulder? I'm Italian. That's just normal. Come on, come on. Come on.
6 for Bloom on that away. Walsh not going to get a double out of this, but his fill begins with 6. Bloom on target and again gone. 2 powerful balls away from the headpin, and Bloom is off and away with 2 marks to begin the string. Walsh picks up extras on the strike. That's 9. Go 9 for Walsh. Steve Lach and Brian Fuller Jr. One, 3, 6, and 9. Fuller has the 6, 7, 8, and 10. What is available, but you need a ridiculous deflection off of it. Lach converts. Second ball working perfectly for Metro at the moment. Well, they're disappointed the wood didn't create more action, and he'll have to settle for 7. Not fortunate, that's for sure. So you see at the top of your screen the first 2 match points Team Riverwalk Lanes had for winning the first string. 8 available in all between the 3 strings and the total pinfall, 2 apiece. Any ties split those comparisons. Kecyk, oh baby, strike on spare. Metro's starting to generate momentum in their direction. Fuller collects a mark to match and stem the tide of that. marks to 2 is confirmed, so you see both the plus signs are on Metro's side at the moment, including that extra mark. So all cylinders firing for them. Extra pins are actually playing a part here. A couple sevens on Riverwalk's side in that last salvo, so tide could be turning a bit. Ricci to fill this mark. Boy, on the head pin, and he's got the 6, 7, 8, 10. And a ball is trapped in the underground ball return, so Freshie gets a look at that. He knows the inner workings of this place. And after doing that maintenance work, he'll get to work on his own spare. Looks like he's going to try and free some balls up. It looks like there's a bit of trap. Some trapped balls in the subway. Ricci, of course, the proprietor. He knows his way around this. And what they're waiting for is to make sure that the ball does flow freely and back into the ball return. Perhaps it got a bit too backed up. But all is well, and we'll continue action here. So Ricci just threw that first ball and left the 6, 7, 8, 10. And Zuffelato will now get to work on his spare. Regaining his momentum. And he deals. Lost it to the right. Down is 4. 3 spares, 11 bonus pins. Sleeve is pretty when it goes. Ooh, the 10 pin. Got short pinned. It's perhaps a bit harsh of me to mention the bonus balls of Zuffelato, but I say that because basically everything else is working well for him. Been pinning well. Been making those marks in the first place. Ricci gets out a bit to the left, but the power in his angle of his backup ball leaves the 1-7. Freshie left the diamond right side. A chance to get a mark of his own. Got it. The tricky diamond. Nick makes it go. Picks up 2 on the spot. Josh Riopelle and Mike McGinty. Riopelle had the highest single this season, as I mentioned, north of 180. 183, I should say. Nice triple he's had, Rio, 394 all season long. Mike McGinty's season high is 403. 5 pins taken out. Magic Mike. 3, 4, and 6.
Hey, swing it over, bud.
Whether that 6 stays or goes is not terribly material to the shot, I don't think. It's still going to require that 3-4 cut. That's the main thing. I'll have a chance to get this mark in his own right if he does.
Swing.
Yes, he did! A brilliant pickup by McGinty. 3, 4, 6 gone.
Hashtag Walsh.
10 for Rio. a couple of big shots each side. You saw that Mark Ricci split conversion earlier. McGinty gets one now on the opposite side of things. And Team Metro continuing to build. And now they've taken a mark advantage, 19-16 overall in the match. But Riopelle has something to say about that. His third strike today. McGinty loads up 7. Catch you up here, you see it. McGinty gets 8. Yep, all's confirmed.
Good boy, Rio.
Jeff Buggea, Al Kecyk. Al Kecyk has topped out of the 399 triple this season. Overall average 116.1. Jeff Buggea right side, average 107.8 overall. High triple 390. Lowest we had on Riverwalk was 107. Everyone else was 110 and above. That helped them pick up the first 2 match points. Jay got his head pin hit, but unfortunately spread eagle. Don't call it impossible, but don't call that a make. Against the half Worcester, whoops. This will be tricky for Kecyk. Power of the pinning is going to come to the forefront. Buggea quality 10. Kecyk, great sticks, and he limits the damage. And Buggea picks up 2 in the end. Eight and 30 is the margin. Metro way ahead in this string, so it's a very tight match. Every pin's going to count down the stretch. Buggea. 3 out. Kecyk. Oh, there's that stubborn 10 pin again, and for the umpteenth time, the corners are full. 7-10. Oh boy. Buggea does well to get the pins. That might matter. Did not get the mark. That got a rise out of Team Riverwalk deservedly. Would bounced up and didn't get across the plate for Kecyk. One more pin for Buggea. Kecyk gets 10. Jeff Walsh and Billy Bloom. Bloom on a mark. Bloom's been doing quite well for himself. 3 marks. About a mark every 4 boxes. Average fills on each. Walsh carves in 6 tips. He's got to leave. Bloom! Disappointed to get 5 on that head pin hit. Back-to-back marks started it off. Gone! Walsh collects. A strike and a spare in the string. That creates an advantage. Bloom does well with the 3rd ball to get 9. It's that back pin leave.
Here we go. Fill it up in another one right here, baby. Come up. Come on, big guy. One good one here.
Walsh drops the extra 7 and simplifies the leave as well. There is wood rolling this way, but it's not enough to take out the 2 pin. Bloom It's a triangle, and he's got a chance to claw this mark back. Yes, it goes. Walsh has 3 marks in 4. Does Billy? Yes, he does. And the 4-spot bowlers are hot in this one.
Come on, Stevie, do it again, bud. Double trouble here.
On to the anchors, Brian Fuller Jr. and Steve Lach. Fuller the 2-4-7. Lach starting his fill with 5, so Fuller in the lead on the bonus right now, gets another one. Back-to-back marks. And Riverwalk starting to feel a sense of momentum on their side. Lach still on that strike, got head pin. Well, hey, a lot of extras on that. That might matter. 9. Gives him 39 after 2. If no mark here in the 3rd. Extra pin, 10, 49 through 3. A hot start for Team Metro Bowl, to be sure. 7 marks in the opening 10 boxes for them. But Riverwalk holding their own. Fuller Jr. taking aim. 5. First time he's missed the head pin in this string. Lach, nope, just 3. So the game advantage right now for Team Metro Bowl is decided. That's the thing about candle pins, so tough to get on the angle and slice that pin just the way you want it. Seen that a number of times, just a chopped head pin. When there's nothing behind, it's so much more difficult. Boy, the 10 got hit with the cap. Lach can't get it to go. Fuller, after pins on a 3rd ball, not bad. They can build off that 8. And I guess we'll let the pin sweep get that 10 pin. Real quick, give you all a look, 2 marks apiece. Four pins the match margin, that's confirmed. 2 marks apiece, that's confirmed also. Here's one of them, Zuffelato trying to load up. 4 horsemen, 6 pins.
One of you.
Boy, I think we're looking at the 4-6, I'm afraid. I think Ricci made this shot, or he made 2 parallel pins. I'm sorry, I lost my composure there. How do you kick this pin over? Nope, 4 pin just goes straight back. There it is for Zuffelato. Good to get the pins now. Score at 10. Ricci staying with him. Metro Bowl has gotten those 5 extra pins on the 3rd ball, and they're up by 10 in the match overall. 21 needs to be reset. Ricci has a spare 6 in this. Zuffelato a spare 6 and a spare 4. Zuffelato demolishes that. Goodbye. Zuffalato's been good when he's been on the head pin. He's got a powerful ball. Ricci likewise with a chance to pick up his 2nd mark of the string against a 7 pin. Ricci's been getting a lot of 9 drops in this match. And he picks it up again.
It was a thing. And I was able to. All right.
Josh Riopelle and Mike McGinty.
This is the hand pass ball. That was a hand pass. Yeah, that's what a hand pass is in the playoffs.
I get it.
Here's McGinty. Bullseye!
What a ball!
And Metro destroying Lane 22's pins all of a sudden.
Oh, you gotta be like.
Double!
How about it, boy? Oh boy, Riopelle came 1 pin away from going back-to-back on the strikes.
Yeah.
Same 7-pin mark, and he's got it too. Spare on strike.
Keep throwing that same pitch.
Come on, do it again, bud.
It's actually Josh Riopelle's first spare of the day, if you can believe that. His other 3 marks were all strikes. Again, if anyone needs a gutter ball thrown, trust me, nobody throws a better gutter ball than me. I'm not saying a darn thing about that, but McGinty has plucked out the 6-pin. Still on a strike, though. On a spare, Riopelle mixing pins. 5-8. 20 and an 18. That's how it balloons in a hurry. Speaking of that, McGinty explosive second ball, and that all drops on the strike. Oh! I didn't think he got the cap, but it deflected like he did. McGinty collects 10. Riopelle 9.
Tell me how you did that.
So Riopelle and Walsh are creating great series here for themselves. Both of them at 26 over par. That is, they would conclude with 326 if they just got 10 boxes all the way through. This is Al Kecyk. Head pin straight through, and the 8-pin will stay up too. Buggea. Jeff's got the 4 horsemen right side. But on Team Measurable is the Steve Lach show. Currently 47 above par with 1 strike and 5 spares. Just about halfway through. Boy, 10-6 almost dropped into the 3 for Jeff. Well, Buggea goes markless in the 5th. Kecyk has suffered 4 splits on this string, unfortunately. He's having a bit of a rough go with these pins all of a sudden. Kecyk, that's head pin, that's full. What does he have to do? He made one of those splits for a spare earlier. That's why Kecyk is above water. Now he's going more into less, trying to find some way to get these pins to go. Can't fault him for the creativity. Buggea. Nope. Fighting for pins all of a sudden. Kecyk sets another 7, despite again being on the head pin. Buggea tried to go to the left side to get some safe pins, but ends up conceding one in the process. All's well that ends well, and you see blanks where the total is. We're tied in this match right now. And 2 marks to 2, so we're tied in that department too. Save for the fact that Zuffelato's on a strike. In lieu of a spare. Both bowlers on spares. Here's Billy Bloom. Punches through the 2-pin and gets 3. Bloom has 3 marks in his first 4. So does Walsh, and he's got a chance to keep this going. Bloom, good second ball, but the 7s defies him. Walsh collects. 4 and 5 for Walsh. And this tight playoff bubble battle. Bloom will take a 9 on that. Foul ball. Bloom's back on the head pin. Extra pins dropping 7-9. Walsh busts it up again. Momentum is a thing in this game. Walsh is 30 above the pace right now. Bloom trying to send this wood somehow. Didn't get the spin he was after. Hard to see how he could have. Walsh collects again. 5 marks and 6. Score that 8 for Bloom. Saw the channel wood there. And now Steve Lach, who's been a very solid anchor for Metro Bowl all this time. He's going to need to come up big again. He started this string with a spare strike. Lach has found the head pin. Didn't get much love. 6, 7, 8, 10. Not a lot of back row carry somehow.
Help on there too.
Fuller's going to leave triangle 3. Lach just topped out of the 397 triple this year. Fuller Jr.'s high triple, the highest in the whole league. Wow, he nearly made that. 6, 8, 10. Fuller does not get this. The 6-pin betrays him. Ryan Fuller Jr. with the top triple this year's Friday Night Pro League, 4-4-4. That would be fair if it goes, but it'll be 9 for Lach. Fuller picks up the extra. Just like a ball in the gutter stays in the gutter, a ball that's fair stays fair, no matter what happens after. Lach again head pin and again back row carry. It's 4, 5, 7, 10. Fuller, oh boy, they mix and they drop. Strike for Fuller, his 2nd strike today. Lach is now split in 3 straight, trying to spin the right wood wildly off the sidewall. At least he got the 7 to drop. That would have been ridiculous. The pin will nestle in front of the 10, so 10 is available. Lach has got it. Nothing below 9. You see here McGinty with the top string right now. He's got 2 strikes in the spare. Ricci, Walsh, and Fuller Jr. 3 marks. And now we'll see the 2 leadoff bowlers filling theirs. Again, my name is Greg Gouillart. This is Candlepin Bowling Network live on Facebook and YouTube from Metro Bowl in Peabody, Massachusetts. With the visitors here from Avery, Mass, Mark Ricci's Riverwalk Lanes. Here he is, big hit, 5-pin drops. Strike on spare. Ricci. His best count so far, I think, that 8 count, and he's still on that strike. No doubles yet in this match. We know how those could change the complexion in a hurry. 2-7. Wood's vertical. It deflected it away, and the wood won't help either. It rolled slightly towards the 7, but didn't have enough steam on it. So a 9 count on the strike. That'll score 9 as well. Look at the margins here. Suddenly Riverwalk calling back pins. And with this recent flurry, and it's 3 marks to none, unfilled on the scoreboard as well. So Riverwalk suddenly with a chance to go up 4-0 if this momentum holds. But Ricci's going to split, threatening to stymie that momentum. And Zuffelato decking 8 for a 6-10.
I'll do it.
Those
Oh, baby, you're gonna bet.
3-4-6 is a toughie, of course. But extra pins on the strike, that is a good result for Mark. Zuffalato's got it. The wood could have deflected that ball away if he wasn't careful, but it's his 4th mark. Zuffelato, in fact, has sat down on a mark every single time he could in this string. And none of the odd frames. Brings up Ricci's 100 in the string. Just box 8. Now Riopelle and McGinty.
It just came back and barely flanked the head instead of him went done. I know, I heard you.
As soon as I came back and saw the strike, I tried to go back to the bathroom.
No, I was due for another
Riopelle with a strike and a
split.
spare so far. Back to back in that order. Boy, that's head pin. How's that? Your textbook 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Jeff Walsh is saying he's never seen that leaf before. He proclaims. McGinty, for the second time, I believe, has the 1-3.
Do whatever the hell you have to do to get a 9 box out of it. There is no making this. Just get a 9.
About the only thing he can hope for is a wild sidewall carom. Good luck with this. He's trying
It's gonna
something.
be a hell of a 9.
McGinty, nope, lost it to the right of the head pin. Baffling split for Riopelle to deal with. Goodness knows we got some Metro Bowlers who've been dealing with that as well. 2 object pins, and that's turns into 7.
No luck, come on. Right back on that first pitch, come on. Right back on that first pitch.
McGinty 9. Tight margins on pinning. Just, in fact, those 2 pins Riopelle unluckily lost are the difference right now. Metro Bowl has 2 pins in hand there, but of course an overall pinfall. And a string, it's Riverwalk with the 2 pins up in this string in 24 over. Jack mark right side. McGinty drops the 6 and 10, simplifying the lead somewhat, but getting the 1 to go back into the 8 is a tough task. Rio, oh, the 10 pin, the extra. I say this tongue in cheek, but again, the 10 pin seems glued down at the present moment. And stayed out, 10 box. A quality 10 for Josh. McGinty got 9.
Pinning good, Rio, don't you? You're fine.
Jeff Buggea got 4 spares, 22 bonus pins. Marks are 26-23 in Riverwalk's favor at the moment. Buggea's got the outpost, 4 horsemen and a 7. 4-7-10 for Kecyk. Al has 3 spares and 17 bonus pins. There's wood hiding back there for Buggea as well. Not going to factor into the shot. They'll need more pins on the next one. Kecyk can't turn the wood.
Oh, B scored. 3-3.
Probably offside 3 periods ago, so probably.
The 2 in front will be his route to 9. Just 8 for Buggea. So Kecyk collects 10 and an extra 2. And look at the thin margins in the string suddenly. That's confirmed. 1 pin in hand for Riverwalk and just the string. They do have an extra mark in hand, so the margin's a little more comfortable for them than that. Yeah, picks up 5. That's 6 actually. Hay bale from Kecyk. Kecyk has been on the head pin 7 times out of 8 and hasn't really had a bona fide leave. The hay bale probably being his best one.
Okay, they dropped the puck. That's good. It counts.
Buggea to try and blow over the back row. Sends the wood. The 8 was tapped and doesn't go down. Kecyk, 7 pin. No marks either side. Buggea with 9 here. He's had 3 10s in the string. Kecyk picks up his 10, his third 10 as well. A couple of times where those bad leaves have cost him pins. And you see we're level pegging just on pins down in the string. Extra mark still on Riverwalk side. And here's Jeff Walsh to load up one of them and really tell us the full story. Oh, that's a half Worcester. He's been going so well all string long. And a half Worcester here. 5 marks at 6 boxes. Bloom started off with 3 and 4. Walsh picks up pins. Bloom will need them still on the ball 3. So how... Walsh sets the bar at 8. Bloom's got to get the angle on this. He does. That's 8. In fact, it's 9. In fact, no, that wood's going to disappear. 9 it is. So the mark fizzles out for Walsh in effect, effectively a rate of 2 10 boxes, so now he really is a 1-pin match. But Walsh devours that rack. 2nd strike, 6th mark, back on schedule. Bloom's got a working ball here, 4 horsemen and an 8. Pin is nestled in between the 1 and 2, just the end cap. Didn't get the head pin, I'm afraid. You may have heard Zuffelato, Captain Nick Zuffelato, encouraging Billy to pick up some extra pins. Got an extra, that's 9. That's the way to play. Brian Fuller Jr. on a strike. Steve Lach has cooled down in the past 4 after his tremendous start. Lach will need a few more marks to get back on that meteoric pace he's been on.
Huge mark. How to get his freshest mark back.
It's really having Ricci and Riopelle as a backstop that's propelled Riverwalk to their current advantage right now. Fuller loads up 8, at least on the strike. Lach, 7 pin. Wood's devious for Fuller and deflects the ball away. Wood doesn't come back. 9 fill. Corner's full. Wood almost forms a V wide towards the curtain. Spin it over, got it. Good shot, Lach.
Anyone here now, bud?
Scores correct as you see them. Fuller's got 6 down, 1, 3, 6, and 8. Lach drops another 9. What's gonna roll? It is a 7. That was interesting, but not nearly with enough steam. But that 9 on the board. A true 1-pin match. 1-pin string, I should say. Gone. Lach back to back. After 4 straight splits. Lach finds a way. Back to the top. I'll show you the full scores in just a moment here. I will tell you real quick that it is 1 mark to 2, so actually Metro Bowl has the extra mark in hand at the present moment. Unless Walsh doubles up his strike. That's 4 for Freshie. Average spare fill about north of 4. 3 pins out for Mark. This would be something tough to get both back row pins. That's a very good shot, all told. Good to get those sticks. Ricci will need them on ball 3. Next up, Zuffelato, 1 strike and 5 spares. Average spare fill was 4, but he had a 9 drop on that strike, remember. He picks 10 here, and he's been pinning well also. 8 pins left and 13 markless frames. Good out, Ricci. Turns 6 to 10. Ricci, 1 strike, 4 spares. And he's pitting much better than a pin a box. 9 pins left in 14. I hesitate to say open because, of course, in Canada the definitions are the exact opposite. And may I say how much we love our friends up in Canada. Since we really grew our fan base after Worlds coverage, saw you again for the Easter Classic. Really great to have you all aboard, and of course, you the viewer. Just for watching right here. We and the bowlers all appreciate you coming out to virtually support. Great match. Even when the pins don't go their way, that was a good bid by both bowlers here. Zuffelato took out 3 out of 4 on the back row. That'll be 9 for Zuffelato. Freshie's got a 120. And a 9 for Ricci to bring up 119. 2-string total, 226 for Ricci and 221 for Zuffelato. Brings up Josh Riopelle and Mike McGinty. McGinty, half Worcester. Josh Riopelle. He's got the 3-6. Boy, well, that's a good second ball because it does set up that wood and allows McGinty to get more out of this, even though it didn't work out the first time. Real boy, just by the 6.
Every pin, buddy, every pin, come on. Fight for every pin.
McGinty spins the wood, and that's how you see it. It was unlocked for him, and he escapes out of that with a 9. Rio picking every pin off. That's 10. 3 pins for Metro. Mark each. It's that tight a string right now. Any mark could be the difference. In fact, every pin is currently forming the difference. I thought marks are going to be the decider, but surprise, surprise. It's Metro Roll's 5-pin advantage.
Alright, go get it.
1-3-8. McGinty just trying with a head pin straight back. Gonna get the ball deflection to the 3, but getting 1-8 was pretty impressive in its own right. Ribo. Outside of 4, tips into the 8, and he's got it. For the first time of any bowler, Riopelle will go 11. McGinty 10. McGinty Magic delivers a 118 for 218. Big count here because you see the 3-pin margin in favor of Metro, but this ball will tip that margin. Rio takes out 3, and it is a tied string. Tie match. Buggea and Kecyk now.
Come on, baby. Come on, come catch me up there.
What do we got? Find your ball here.
Here's Kecyk on the head pin, crossed over, I suppose. 5, 7, 8, 9. And 8 out of 9 times, he just hasn't got a bona fide leave. See if Kecyk can spin this wood. This will be something. He needs a break like that. Hasn't got it this time. Again, 8 out of 9 head pin accuracy and hasn't really got a good leaf to show for it. Apart arguably from box 1 where he did get that split conversion. That's 9. She is also wanting a good head pin leave here. Hasn't got it yet. Kecyk away from the head pin this time. 1-2-9. First time he's missed the head pin in an eternity. Buggea's got triangle number 2. His best leave of the string. Again, a chance for Riverwalk to go 11, perhaps. Kecyk didn't like where he placed that somehow, but did get 2 out of 3. Tie string, Buggea. Got the mark! Big time mark. Kecyk, who probably could have had a lot more marks with how accurate he was throughout, got a 10, 95. But once again, a Riverwalk bowler going 11. Extra ball, 10th frame. Buggea had 110 previous, already on once. Or excuse me, had 119 previous. And there it is, that's 8. 96 string, but the 8 pins were critical because you see the string margin is exactly that. $30 pins the margin in total pinfall. 2 match points, remember, for each string win, and 2 match points for total pinfall, a total of 8 in all. On offer. Riverwalk won the first string. That's the 2-0 you see. And the team's technically secondary colors. They both wear black. Walsh is on a strike. Here's Jeff Walsh on a strike. Pins mixed. When he's found the head pin, he's been explosive. In fact, I think every single head pin hit for Jeff Walsh has resulted in a mark. Walsh can't get it this time, however. Bloom fighting for pins. Very good. 2 out of 3. Did you see the way that wood bounced? What explosive bowling there. That's capping out, so Walsh will end up with 9.
Go get yourself a 40 game, big boy. Let's go. Go get yourself a 40. Let's go.
Go 140 encourages Josh Riopelle. Go 40. With 1 more mark, Jeff could do just that. Bloom. Headpin again. He busts it up. He's got a break. Walsh straight through the heart. 4 and 2. If he can get that cut across to the 2. He might have a play on this one. Bloom makes the single, and that's clutch. 107 plus. Change pins suddenly. And it's 6. A 134. But suddenly 9 extra pins for Metro Bowl and 2 marks. Bloom's last ball. Drills the head pin and gets 8. And with the extra mark that Steve Lach is working on, this is a tight game. It's this mark that's going to tell the story. Lach on a mark, Fuller not. Fuller, of course, has had 3 previous. Lach filling his 4th. Washed out, and that's 6. A big 6 it is, because it makes it a 1-pin match. Fuller off target. This would be something, but he couldn't get the sidewall bounce. Fuller, straight back, and it's a pinning battle all over again. And it's a 1-pin string. Did I mention that? Lach's potential is limited here. He does very well to get that pin. Fuller got straight through. This is 8. Let's mark this correctly for you. You see it. 1-pin margin is confirmed. And it all comes down to this final box for the 2nd string. Lach. That's Chester Cove's favorite, 4 and 2. Fuller. Buzzsaws the 3-pin, and he's got that dastardly, the other DC leave that we don't like. Dan Castle's nemesis, 5-6-10. Lach didn't make it to the head pin. Big question of pins. Fuller's got the 2. Big question of strategy. Lach goes aggressive. Head pin. It's 8. Fuller misses. It's a tie string. 1 match point apiece. Whoa, what a string that was. Here's the scoreboard. Lach 128, Zuffelato 120. Jeff Walsh heating up with a 134. There you see it. That's how evenly matched it was in the second of 3 strings. 1 to go. Reset here, and Mark Ricci and Nick Zuffelato will get to the line for this final string. Pleased to have you along here on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, if you like the video, please like it by hitting that thumbs up button on whatever platform you may be watching on. And of course, please remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know about all our great Candlepin content either way. We greatly appreciate your support just by watching. There it is, 3-1. What an interesting result. Considering these two teams are barely separated in the standings overall. Riverwalk and Metro separated by just that 1 match point. Central 2 is also 1 back of Riverwalk, and Sunnyside 4 back of Riverwalk. That's the implications here. Ricci punched through the object. Twice accurate, no mark. He said 1 strike and 4 spares in the first 2 strings, 226. Zuffelato tried to get the 4 horsemen to go. Seemed like wood was tripping itself up. It'll be 9. And 10 for Zuffelato. I marked that wrong. Extra roll at the end. Mark Ricci. 3 pins out. Zuffelato is also fighting. He's got the Caleri leaf. The difference between 3-5 and 7-1 cannot be overstated. Zuffelato sent that pin in front of the 6-10. Goes for an evening jog. Ricci tried for a slice on that, but unfortunately only comes away with 7. Zuffelato called 8 on the way down, but he's got 9. He got a piece of that 10 pin. 3 early pins. Just in the first 2, despite no marks. Pinning difference right now is 11 in Metro Bowl's favor. Not enough to overcome the total pinfall advantage Riverwalk has generated. 29 to 26. Riopelle. Josh has the 1, 3, 5, and 6. Mike McGinty. Fireball down the middle of the 7 trips. You could see that velocity going down. It generates a lot of extra action. Here's Josh on the spot. Wood is spinning tantalizingly, and Backwood doesn't take it. McGinty gone. McGinty has got 4 marks at this point. Here's Riopelle. Headpin hit split. McGinty's fill on the mark is 4, and that's the early advantage so far. McGinty, 2 strikes, 3 spares. Riopelle, 3 strikes, 2 spares. Tried to slice it over. Wood in front would have definitely been fussier, so did not go for that. The box following up that spare, that's the big one. Ooh!
Good out, buddy.
Oh!
The century.
Well, he picks up 2 pins.
What, two? No,
Buggea.
So 6 bucks from McGinty brings him up to 20. That's correct there. Folks, we're in for a good one. Remember, top 8 teams out of 12 will make the playoffs. I think 3 are outside of the picture, but definitely still one last elimination to speak for. Buggea on 215. He's got 5 spares and all well filled. Cuts through on this one. Kecyk has 3 spares, 17 bonus pins. He's at an even 200 through 2. Buggea got in there and went. Ball deflects into the 4-8, and that's how it goes. Kecyk close. Show the names properly here. Get a good look at Kecyk drilling that 10th pin. Pins sure do roll here, but sometimes they create some ridiculous splits and a lot of mayhem here. I thought marks were going to be the difference, but it was anything but in that first string. Where pinning absolutely tilted the outcome and saved Metro Bowl 1 match point. Buggea.
God damn it!
4 count. Kecyk trying to get that 3-2 to go. But again, the splits are having his way. Having their way with Al. It's that 3rd ball also that's been getting away a few times on those splits as well. That's the tricky part. We'll take that smudge away from Buggea. That's how it is, 22-18. That brings us now Jeff Walsh and Billy Bloom. Walsh is on 245. 2 strikes, 7 spares. 5 pins. Here's Bloom. Billy Bloom with 5 spares. 30 bonus pins. That 9 pin was wobbling several ways. Hey, Billy's picked this up. A couple of times Bloom has come back in there with that 2nd ball. Made something out of nothing. It's great resilience. Also gets 10 likewise in the same spirit. Four horsemen left side for Walsh. Bloom's fell 2. Not sure what the heck that was. Horseman outside, Walsh doesn't go. Bloom's had that comeback ball before. He got sticks on it. That might matter. Walsh does pick up the 10. And a 9. So Bloom does profit on the spare just. Hangs in there very well. And it brings up to the anchors Brian Fuller Jr. And Steve Lach. Fuller Jr. running 221, 2 strikes and 3 spares. Quite a few pins have gotten away. 17 pins and 15 marks. I overstate that, of course. Very solid, isn't it? 1, 8, and 9 for Lach. Lach on 1 strike and 7 spares. Close, Fuller. 8 pin remains. 1-9. You're missing that kingpin. You can't make that spread eagle punch you'd be after to get that to go. Both bowlers on 10. This game does not get easier as you go, but every pin is going to be vital down the stretch. Currently Riverwalk with a strong performance in string number 1. Oh, how's that for strong? Fuller Jr. is 3rd strike. Lach half Worcester. His backup ball didn't quite make it into the pocket. 5 pin will remain up, which could be used to create a better out. And 6. Tilts the pinning gap to just 4. Fuller Jr. a big strike. Here it is, just Fuller's strike on the board. Zuffelato demolishes 22. 2nd strike. How's that for a comeback? Ricci gets a 2nd. Mark Ricci and Nick Zuffelato trading hammers. I knew I should have stolen a chair from the Metro Bowl birthday party room. That's what I get. My niece will hate me later. Freshie looking to double up. 4-1. Still feeling the strike, and the plank is there to be able to generate some pinfall, though it did turn against the edge of the plate. Ricci. That's not bad. Best play will probably be get a ball on the inside of the 1 pin. And then the plank is there, sat in front of the 4-7. They're both still filling strikes. Freshie got pins. In fact, he got them all. Spare on strike. A key moment. Ricci. Yes, he's got the inside ball deflection. And again leveling out with the response on the left lane.
Come on, stupid, let's go.
Well, that was fun. Josh Riopelle and Mike McGinty to follow that up. Mike McGinty. Wild spinning wood off the sidewall, collects a bunch. 7, 9, 10. Whoops. Does mean it's all intact there for Rio. 2 pieces of wood in front of everything for McGinty. He got it to spin.
Good job, let's go.
Strike ball gets it. Yeah, it's a good one. He got it. And again, Riverwalk responding to every blow Metro Bowl puts out. Well, well, well. Extra mark on Riverwalk's side, so they do have a clear but temporary advantage. McGinty, 4 horsemen. 6, 3, 1. 10 is wiggling, but not dropping. All on the spare for 19.
Break it up.
Big hit, Rio. I'm sorry, is that the 7-9, 7-10? I am baffled by that pinfall. 8 drop. McGinty's got it. This will be a tough one. Here's got the 8 count. Let me get that up there. That's correct as you see it. Spin the wood is behind the right corner. Metro comes away momentarily ahead after that tete-a-tete. I said a moment ago Riverwalk had the advantage, but that extra mark gained by McGinty means that this is truly a level string in pinfall, as you see with the dashes and in marks. Duck. Jeff Buggea, Al Kecyk. Kesyk's got in, just 4.
He's like, yo, I never bring money here because like I always win.
Look at this 1-2. I was wondering where's some of that luck for me. I've been throwing the headpin all the time. That's a pretty good hit, but the 9-10. Yes. Jeff Buggea spares for the second time in 3. And a nice 10 for Kecyk.
Come on, Bougie. Big Phil, let's go.
Still tied in the string. Bugea's on a mark.
Hi, bud. Not very much. That could have been icy.
Kecyk maybe trying to make an adjustment here. Buggea, all right, 6 and a makeable one. It's a diamond. Probably his best lead yet. Kecyk got it to go. He needed that break desperately.
Praise the Lord. Sexy.
And at long last, overdue, he gets his due. Diamond just wide for Buggea. So a significant development here. Take the smudge away from Buggea. And again, Metro's starting to get the upper hand here. Extra pins for that matter as well. And we're keeping an eye on that pinning advantage. That's 7 now for Metro Bowl. Riverwalk ahead 3-1 in match points. Metro would love to claw back these last 4. Although you see pluses on Riverwalk's side, there is an extra mark on Metro's side, which could give them the edge in this string. A stalemate would just push this tight playoff race down to the last 2 weeks. Billy Boom drops the 6 last. Straight through the middle for Walsh. Six down, 4 to get. 3 on the right side. Ooh, boy. First and third. Just generates a 7. After 2 10s, Walsh has been generally doing well, and he just got his first headpin hit there of the string. Currently running a 3:42 pace, Walsh is. Strongest bowler on the Riverwalk side. Boom! Doubles up! The double strike, creating a huge swing in this match.
Let's go, baby. Nice job up there.
Hey, Bale, right side. Walsh wanted to respond. Boy, Cap stumbled. Two back-to-back pins are tough to pin out. This would be pretty impressive. Just 8.
All right, Brian, pick him up, kid.
So suddenly, Bloom basically with 2 marks, just under his name alone. So if you count the double strike as 2 marks, it is 5 marks to 2 unfilled in favor of Metro. Plenty of time still left. Steve Lach. Who actually might still be the strongest bull in Metro even after Billy Bloom gets done with his double. Fuller's loading up on a strike here and has a leave. Just straight through. Fuller tips the dominoes over. Spare on strike. Anchor doing work. Lach, what an amazing out that was. Those are the Greek church pins, I'm fairly sure. 5 turns to 10. Well, that might matter. And it preserves a very important Metro Bowl advantage at the current moment. Now he's wayward on this one, but he's got 4 down.
Another good mixer there. Come on, go on it in.
Fuller got 7 away from the head pin. That's as you see it. Nope, he'll need it on. Need to make another 5-pin beauty here. Fuller outside, doesn't get the backwards tip this time around. Well, it would have been a forwards tip. What am I saying? Gets the cluster of 5. Lach digs into the right side and got 4 out of 5. Good out. Fuller picks a stick and picks up 1. Take a look. 4 marks on Metro side. Top of the order has 1 as well. Mark Ricci.
Come on, Marky, big Phil.
Ricci loading up. Head pin. Good count. 10 pin won't drop. Strike, spare 8. Zuffelato, 3-2 split. That was a good hit, but again, he can't buy a good fill. And it will be still about 4.5, I believe. Two devious splits. Ricci collects the 10. Nice pins. Well, the guy who goes by Maki pins. He does pick up 3. Pinning gap shrinks to 8 in Metro's favor.
Two great guys.
Ricci, good splash, 7 down. For Billy Bloom working on a double in position 4 in just a moment. McGinty and Kecyk on marks as well. So the pluses on Riverwalk side are deceiving. Freshie splits. Ricci's got to leave 1-3-6. No, unless it rolls back, it does not. He'll need the pins on 3. Needs a power and angle to get more than 5. Ricci challenges with 10. Ricci, just 2. Back-to-back 7s. And the pinning gap becomes 5. But effectively 4 Metro marks if you give Bloom 2. Still to resolve, including this one now from Mike McGinty. 2 strikes, 5 spares. Cannibal Bowling Network. Same thing, different name.
There you go, bud.
McGinty spare fill.
All right.
5.
Hey, show me how it goes, bud.
1-8-9, not where Riopelle wanted to place that, of course. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Ooh.
Too good, bud. Too good. Two anyway.
2 full in the head pin.
Anyway.
Another tricky pinning situation coming up. Good sticks for Riopelle. That extra could be a difference maker. McGinty does well to get the 2 on the left side, but doesn't get the slice.
Come on, Michael.
Again, a Riverwalk pinning pickup, and the gap shrinks to 3 in Metro's favor. Overall in the match. So now 2 extra marks. Well, again, 3 really. It's Bloom's double that'll paint the full picture for us. More pins tip and Riopelle with an excuse me strike. His 4th today. McGinty has a chance. 3-6, just wide. That's 9. Suddenly pinning gap shrinks to 2. Riopelle claws a mark back. And now the pressure's going to fall on this Billy Bloom double strike. It's not just a luxury, it's going to be a necessity, I think. They need these match points. These 2 locked in only 1 match point across on the cusp of the playoff bubble. On the right side of it as we speak. Half Worcester Kecyk. Buggea's hook ball gets a piece of the 3 pin, but not at the angle, not at the desired angle. Kecyk a great bounce back ball. 7-10. Starting to become very quiet here. A little subdued. The Bruins did just lose their game, so that's upset the mood a little bit. Kecyk got it. A 9.
Come on, right back here. Come on, big boy, right here. One down. Come on, right here. Come on, nice. Get us going again, bud. Get us going again.
Both of these bowlers in the 3 position looking for a good leave.
That's the ball.
Boy, oh boy, 8 pin stands. And Kecyk, for the first time in an eternity, gets a good leave. He's been hitting the head pin, certainly in string 2. This 4-5-7 would be something. No. A thin cut could create sidewall carom. Kecyk converts. Marks in 4 and 6, and he gets to sit on a mark again. Pin's now important for Buggea. Wow. Missed 10 by a whisker. So Kecyk now with an extra spare. And now here comes the moment we've been waiting for a long time. Do not adjust your devices. That is all the smudges around Billy Bloom's total. Walsh released it about the 1 board on the right side. 3 out. This first ball is critical. Bloom carves out 4. This wood's going to roll back. It's counting on both strikes if it goes. It doesn't. 4 in the first. We'll update that. Walsh close. Does not convert. Running down the horseman would help. Very good! Spare on the second strike.
Great job up there, bud. Kidding me? Come on now.
Scorpion tail kick and Alexa 10 for Walsh.
I don't want it. All right, my bad. 10 or more, I guess. Come on, Billy. Well, that's all now, huh? Still in the bank.
Come on, Cat, right on top here, baby. Come on now.
Walsh on pace for 340 right now. Billy Bloom likewise. Plus this extra bonus ball. Walsh mixing, 8-10. Bloom on a spare now. Carves in. 3-1 split and a 6 drop.
What's stopping you from making this one? Just slice and dice action, bud.
Let's see what Walsh does. Left side sweeper. Oh, got stopped up by another piece of wood on the way there. This 3-1 split would be something. Bloom.
Oh, Billy, want to try, bud?
That was a bona fide heat check there. Darn near got that 4. Drops in the channel. That'll be 9. And 10.
Good 10. Great job, bud. He's half up there.
91 through 6 for Bloom.
Be up there. Oh, that's
Faller and Latch. So really, the marks are just about level. It's literally 37 and 37, but of course, Bloom's mark being a double does create an advantage. Fuller takes out 5. Latch found the head pin. 7-8.
Right there.
Fuller, boy, 139 went out. Wood available to the right side for Latch. Let's see. Right side spins and wins. 7-8 converts.
Nice job up there, bud. I'll load this up. Come on.
Have 2 coming in, bud.
Let's go.
Fuller's got 8.
Good job up there, Stevie. Let's get this half going with the bang, bud. Come on.
8 pins the gap here. 8 pins, well, in total pinfall, and it is actually the literal match pinfall. That's in Metro Bowl's favor. Riverwalk has 8 pins on the actual scoreboard in total.
Yeah, that's always make a shot.
Yep.
Latch got a check mark.
All right.
6 on it. Now then, well, it nestles in, so Fuller will have a chance to pin well. Latch got it. Back to back.
Nice job up there, bud.
His 9th spare, 10th mark overall. Fuller does collect those pins. The wood and back was beneficial, and the accuracy was there. Take a look. Here it is. Strike for Ricci. Spare is working Kecyk and Latch. Mark Ricci and Nick Zuffelato back up to the top. Remember, these two are locked in a tight horse race with Team Central Park Lanes 2 and Sunnyside Lanes. Central Park out of East Boston and Sunnyside Danvers. Spinning distance from here in Peabody. 1, 3, 4, and 7. Both these bowlers had a strike spare in 3-4. Ricci darn near took the lead on the left lane. He still could. Not impossible for Zuffelato. He's got 1, 3, 4, 7. Here's Ricci's try. Got the head pin. 4 tipped backwards. Ricci's got wood in front. It deflects off the cap and away.
I forgot to give this back to you. I'm so sorry.
I was thinking I forgot that. Thank you.
That's 10. There's the pin. To match.
Yeah, you've been here before, haven't you?
Carry visit the Petro though, so we didn't like it.
Just a ball clearance from Nick Zuffelato. Thought he could time the pin setter out.
No. The up didn't give it to you.
2 marks to 1.
Give it to you.
I don't have replay. I'm sorry. 10 drops as well. 4 pin. Ricci. That's just a head pin hit. Got an extra. He's got to leave. Not that I have to go. There we go. Plank cooperates for Nick Zuffelato. Mark Ricci, 3-6-10 on the 3-pin full. Couple of makeable ones. Say what you will about how he played the wood this time. This time he got on his object pin. It didn't go. It'll be 8. So, 2 extra marks for Metro Bowl, so in position right now to possibly go ahead 5-3, but still plenty of time. Lots of 7th and 8th boxes still to roll. And Josh Riopelle on a strike now. Wouldn't that be something if he matched that Billy Bloom double? McGinty first. Washed out 6. McGinty has 3 marks in the first 4. Rio drills head pin. 6 denies him. All, of course, on the strike, Phil. Significant. 1-2-7-8 has wood back there, but ball gets away. Plank in front, horizontal. Riopelle dodges it perfectly. Spare on strike. McGinty 8.
Right now, out there. Come on, bud.
Pinning gap is 9 in Metro's favor. So Riopelle with that extra mark and great fill on the strike. Maybe preserving those Riverwalk match points. Could be a closer match result. Strike! How that 10 wins is beyond me. McGinty magic makes it happen. Rio. Head pin. 4-10 is what he's got. Watch this wood roll. That's an 8 drop on the spare. And the wood is going to disappear.
Wood's out of the way. You got a nice clean look at it now.
It's Jeff Walsh observing the clear look. Tongue in cheek. Lively sidewall, you could consider that, perhaps. He does, and it got halfway across the pin plate. Quality 10. Not the first time I've said that about Josh's bowling.
Come on, Ice. Come on, baby.
If I give him that compliment personally, he'll be happy for the next week. Al Kecyk and Jeff Buggea. Kecyk on a mark. He's had 5 overall in the match. Also wishing he could have higher fills. He's head pin, and that's about the luck he's been having all day long, pounding the head pin and getting very little to show for it. Good drop. Buggea's got triangle 6 and a chance for his 3rd mark of the string. He's got 7 so far. Kecyk was trying for the sidewall bounce as well based on where he placed that. Wood is in the way of triangle 6. Buggea's got to be a little careful as long as he stays left of it. No, that wood isn't going to work.
Give me 2, buddy. Give me 2.
Really relies on that hook ball getting all the way across from left to right. It's a dramatic hook, as we've seen many times before over the years. He's got a 7 box to beat. Jeff got 2 more and picks up pins.
I wonder why. Come on, Ice. Hang on with me, buddy. Hang on with me. 1 ball, sit.
Big time hit, Kecyk.
There you go.
Drops
There you go.
everything but the 7. And a normal lead for him. Boy,
Come on, buddy. A little face.
Buggea didn't find the pocket. This will be really tricky with his ball, breaking left to right. Kecyk avoids the wood and spares. For the 3rd time sitting on a mark this string.
What? In my car?
3rd ball coming up.
Sure.
Buggea threw that 2nd one into the curtain.
We'll fishbowl that fucker anytime you want. Anytime. There's always room for you.
I don't want to give these all up. 3 more.
Come on, Carol. Let's go. Come on.
6 bucks, 77 through 8. Bloom now bolstered by that double strike. It's on 130's pace at the moment. In so saying, if he got 10s all the way, he would have 130.
Come on, Carol. Here we go, baby. Come on.
Be tough to maintain, so. Big time hit. How about another one? Boy, what an explosive ball it is, this string. What is going to cause a problem, perhaps? Walsh is on target as well, and he splits.
Thumb's coming off the wall.
2 horizontal pieces in front. Bloom get it all deflected away. Hey, Bale in a corner pin. Walsh will need this. So yeah, pinning exercise. Doesn't want to punch that 3 pin. Bloom challenges with 10. Very good. 6 becomes 9 for Walsh.
Come on, say it first, Billy.
And this
Say
is
it first.
Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Greg Gouillart here from Metro Bowl in Peabody, Massachusetts with the visiting team, Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Massachusetts. In this tight playoff race between these 5 and 6 seeded teams, respectively. 6 and 7, excuse me. No, 5 and 6. I read Excel rows at my own peril. Head pin, Bloom, 10 pin. Not enough mustard on that piece of wood. Deadwood rolls, but it doesn't roll nearly as much as perhaps it used to once upon a time. How that 10 pin did not get hit is beyond me. Short pin off the sidewall, I suppose. 9 for Bloom. Fair ball, 10. No, check that, it's 9. You saw that thumbs up there, but I think if you looked up gullible in a dictionary, Greg Gouillart would be the subheading. Big time hit! This is Steve Lach dropping 9 on his mark. Fuller, 2 full in the head pin. Wood is going to settle back there, interestingly. Okay, let's take a look here. 9 comes on the board. Lach converts. So 4 marks working on Metro Bowl side. Wouldn't that have been something for Fuller? Oh, that's a spare. Come on. No marks working on Riverwalk side. And a 6 suddenly. So Metro a massive chance. The advantage decidedly on their side now. All except Billy Bloom, who had the double strike earlier on marks. Had been full. Tough break for Lach's third mark in a row. That's a spread eagle. 3-7. Fuller's got a vertical wood to the right of that 3-pin, so it'll be tricky. Lach, send wood. That got them excited. Fuller on the cap. Right side of the wood surely was the play there. And surely that was the intention, of course. 3-1 split. For the 10, it's 9. Good out for Lach. It was on for Fuller, perhaps, although fallacy of the predetermined outcome, something like that. Set the scene here. Get you a good look at everything. I'll show those totals later. Big strings by Bloom. Riopelle is going very well, and of course a lot of bowlers could crack into high 90s. They're kicking it as a gear. I have an important announcement on scheduling I'll get to in just a moment. Been struggling to find an opportune moment. Zuffelato to fill one of these marks. There's 3 still unresolved on Metro side, and now we see one of them. That's 7. From the send. Zuffelato filled the strike with a spare and has a spare 7 now. Ooh, deflected away. Nothing doing for Ricci. Nick knows his ball very well. He'll shout halfway down the lane if it's not going where he intended it. 9 for Mark. Nick collects 2 more, that's 10. Two more marks to resolve on Metro's side. Remember, 2 match points for the remaining string, 2 more for the match total. Ricci collects the head pin as a check mark. Freshie has the 1. A strike! Suddenly, they all fall down. Just through. Mark Ricci picks pins here, and that's a 336 for the day. So the announcement, folks, there will be no May 5th Friday Night Pro League matches. They've all been postponed, so the remaining 2 weeks will be on May 12th and May 19th. And then the Central Park Lanes playoffs, May 21st, with our top 8 teams. Zuffelato strike fill. 1 more ball to go on it. 5 so far. North of 120 for this string. And the fill is growing. It's 8. 123, 344 triple. Ricci had 2 strikes and 5 spares. Zuffelato 3 strikes and 7 spares. Now Josh Riopelle and Mike McGinty. Two extra marks on Metro's side. Riverwalk will need marks in a hurry to turn the tide. Riopelle working on the highest triple of anyone on Riverwalk. He's got head pin again, and then will need to lead the way again.
Double trouble, baby. Oh, not by much. All right.
No double for McGinty.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, bud.
Outpost leave. The problem with this one with Riopelle is the wood's in the way of the 6-pin. Can he shoot it over anyway? McGinty! Boy, the wood skidded to a stop. Cap first before the 10, and it wouldn't go. All drops on the strike for 9. Rio gets another 10. And McGinty collects 10 likewise. Every resolved mark, you see the advantage grow. So, Riverwalk came into tonight just 1 match point ahead of Team Metro Bowl. And now it looks like Metro's going to be 1 ahead of them at this rate. Still enough bowling to go. Rio makes a difference here. That's a strike. Hold all tickets. McGinty splits. McGinty, he was trying for that wood to snap back, perhaps? Needed a piece of that 3-pin. 9. 117 for McGinty. Concludes a 335 triple. Josh Riopelle's going to be north of 350, certainly. And a double here. Could be the start of something. It will not be a double, but it's a good count. One last ball. The fill is 9. 132. 5 strikes and 4 spares. What a stat line that is for a 358. McGinty had 3 strikes and 5 spares. Brings over Jeff Buggea and Al Kecyk. Kecyk, who's been snake bit all night long. He's working on a spare. Buggea, look at the pins continue to drop. I almost got that to be a backdoor strike. Kecyk 5. Buggea wants this one. Wood was forming a V towards the head pin. Kecyk having to pin against a tricky configuration, but there is a plank back there. That'll be 9. Once it's winding down here, Riverwalk running out of frames, but Buggea is going to get a mark back. It's the only one we haven't resolved yet, so. Big time! 8 dropping a 5-8.
Hey, not too bad, Al. Come on now.
Kecyk is 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. That's Buggea's pocket with his ball. Didn't get it over. Kecyk just outside head pin, and he'll have to fight for it on the 3rd ball. Penny gap is. Let's see here. 10 box and an 8. Pinning is currently 13 in favor of Team Metro Bowl. That's creating a lot of the difference in the total right now. Jeff Buggea has 8 spares for a 320. Al Kecyk 6 spares, 304. And a lot of the reason he lost a lot of pins was because of those devious splits. Jeff Walsh. Head pin! Goodbye! Strike 3. Walsh's first mark of this string after a scintillating second. All counts in the end. Bloom is 1-6-7-9. Headpin collects 3. Spare. And then double strike spare. Here's a 10 for Bloom. Would toyed a bit, but 3 10s and 4 frames for Bloom. His total comparison is not over yet. There's only 16 pins, and Walsh is going to carve this back. Still filling. Still falling? No, not quite. Bloom. Head pin! Boy. Still they drop. 4-8-10. Walsh, 1-2-4-10, just wide of the 10. 9 on the strike. Sweep it over, and it goes behind the 10 for Bloom. Denied. Walsh with literally his last pin of the evening has to wait for the wood to settle. As is the rule. You see the tonal margin here? That's shrunk. 10. Bloom. Uh-oh, that'll be 9.
Let's go, bud. Rack one time up there, bud.
Okay. Goes over to Steve Lach and Brian Fuller Jr., excuse me. Fuller is a strike and a spare. Steve, 3 straight spares. Fuller goes first in this one. Home team will go last at the very end. Fuller on the head pin full. That has a chance here. That 6-pin slid for an eternity into the 10. 1-3-7. Fuller needs these pins. Lach, head pin, just slams into the sidewall and nothing comes back. Sidewalls can be lively here, but not all the time. It's really the pin plates where the action really gets generated. Fuller does well to get 8. Same 8 for Lach. So now, 6, 5, 7, 4. Total pinfall's the concern here. 6 pins. Metro has almost surely got 3-3 here. It's total, that's the deal. Fuller misses the head pin, and now he needs to make this basically. Now he must. Lach did his job, he got the head pin. That might have made the difference. Did Fuller get this? 10 pin stymies him, and I believe that will be that. Metro Bowl takes the final 4 match points. 10 for Fuller Jr., 8 for Lach, and the gap is indeed 4 pins on total. Let's take a look here at the stats real quick. Should rattle off. Jeff Walsh, 3 strikes, 7 spares, 346. Brian Fuller Jr., 3 strikes, 4 spares, 329. Billy Bloom, 2 strikes including a double, 7 spares, 344. And Steve Lach, 1 strike, 10 spares for 366. Overall statistics, it was 41 marks to 44. Metro Bowl had 3 more marks overall, and total and 10 extra pins in the pinning. And they only won by 4, so Riverwalk really filled their marks well, but it wasn't enough in the end. And we'll put those 4 remaining match points here. There you see it, 5-3 from Metro, and there you see all the triples. Steve Lach again with a high score on the day. Josh Riopelle hot bowling as well, 358. And that is that. And all that remains for me to say is this is Greg Gouillart on behalf of Candlepin Bowling Network. Thank you for joining us. Remember, no Friday Night Pro League next week, May 5th. The bowlers have all agreed to take that off, so we'll see you May 12th for another game of the week. Surely, May 19th will be the final regular season week. You're welcome. And May 21st, Sunday, will be the playoffs from Central Park Lanes in East Boston. Until then, Greg Gouillart, so long.